So I've started my hike. It is Monday the 20th, January 2020. It's cold, like maybe 29, 30 out right now. Got my coffee. The climbs have started right away, so definitely getting warmed up though. Don't even really feel cold, so that's a plus, I guess. Looking forward to a good hike. By the way, this is the Eagle Rock Loop in Arkansas in the Ouachita National Forest. All right, let's go. Well, I think I found a pretty good place to have breakfast. I'd say this will do pretty well. I got myself some sausage and cheese from Buc-ee's on my way. I wasn't planning on being here for breakfast today, but ended up spending the night last night and getting late last night, get an early start on the trail. So I'm gonna sit here and enjoy this beautiful view, and I'll talk to you guys later. So I just did my probably third water crossing here. Pretty easy one. It's not too bad. This area is really beautiful. I mean, all this beautiful moss on the ground, the stream. You can tell it's a good camping area. There's a couple fire pits around here that people have assembled for camping. If I didn't need to go another 5-6 miles today, I might set up camp here. But you know what I am gonna do? I'm gonna have some second breakfast. Well, just got to camp. Just finished setting up my hammock as well. It's supposed to get maybe 19, 20 degrees tonight, so I hope I stay nice and warm. I didn't have any trouble staying warm last night, and it was definitely in the upper 20s, and I was quite toasty, so I'm not too worried. Maybe in a little bit I'll come back and show what my setup is and everything. A nice fire ring here. Gonna definitely get that set up. I did about 8.5 miles today, a little bit less than I planned on doing, but I knocked out all the peaks, or at least all the major ones. There might be like a small one or a couple small climbs left, but the next couple days I should easily be able to get 10, 12 plus miles in, so I'm not too worried about that. Plus, this was an amazing campsite, and when I came up to the top of this peak and saw it, I didn't want to pass it up. The hike's been really beautiful. I haven't seen much wildlife. I did see a group of maybe 5 people riding horses and lots of birds. Birds are cool. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get my fire set up and ready for tonight. And then I'll probably go hike without my pack down to a water source and just fill up both of my water bottles so I have extra water for cooking and drinking all day today. And just be ready for that. All right, I got my water. That's some Noon electrolyte stuff in that one. I got my fire going. Just drying out my socks and shoes for now. Getting some hot coals started for later, especially if it's going to get down into the 20s. And so yeah, the hammock setup. The hammock itself is the REI Flash something or other, and I like it. It's a little bit small, but it's not uncomfortable. Yeah, I just can't lay diagonally in it. But I sleep pretty well banana style, and the underquilt kind of requires me to do that anyway. As you can see, the underquilt is Ember. It worked really well last night. We'll see how it stands up to about 10 degrees ish colder. I also have an REI 20 degree bag and a liner inside that, and a Sea to Summit pillow. Underneath the sleeping bag, I also have a air pad, and that's just like an extra layer of protection from the cold and gives me a little cushion. It also makes the hammock a little bit more rigid, which is nice. I really like this hammock because it has this kind of like open head area from this little support bar and this built-in bug net with these little pockets in here to hold stuff. It makes just like kind of hanging out in there and having your stuff, reading a book and stuff like that, like really, really easy. The tarp came with it, and it's just rolled up right now. I don't expect any rain tonight, but it does help block the wind. These straps are actually not the straps that came with this hammock. I'm not a big fan of those straps. They are easy to use, but they're also, the part that goes onto the tree is like really small, like comparatively like that big, and that's too small to, I guess, legally use in most parks. These are the Kamek Python straps, and they work really well. They're also a bit wider and a bit stronger. These are the carabiners that also came with them, and I just kind of hooked it on to this little hook that REI uses, which with the straps that it comes with, it works really well and it's really easy to use, but works well this way too. So yeah, that's my sleep setup. Pretty comfortable. I like it. Give you a little shot of this fire. Everybody likes some fire. While I'm at it, maybe I'll just show you all the other stuff I have. Boots, Vask Breezes. I know a lot of people like using trail runners to go onto the trail, but I really like the extra ankle support that these give me, because I have been known to roll my ankle. Both of the socks that I have with me are Darn Toughs. They're a good brand. I like those. Let's see, what else do I have? Some REI trekking poles, transverse. I opted not to get carbon fiber just because I hear a lot of stories of them snapping when they get stuck in rocks and that kind of thing. That's pretty. So yeah, I don't have those. I might get some eventually if I try going more lightweight. But right now, my pack base weight was around, I think 20 pounds without the clothes I'm wearing, maybe like 23 pounds with them. So by no means ultra light, but not that bad. At most 65 AG backpack. Walmart gloves work pretty well. Can't complain. Hat, gotta have a hat. And there's just like clothes and stuff in there. Bear bag hung-ish, kind of half hung right now because I'm gonna be going back in later and I don't really feel like hanging it all the way. Yeah, so that's my setup for the night. All right, guys. Maybe I'll check back in once the sun starts going down. It's probably gonna be a really pretty sunset. I'm probably gonna hike up to the ridge over here and watch that. And I'll see you guys later. Now that's a view. Sun's just about to set. What a treat. I'll take another video here once the sun gets closer to the horizon. Look at this little dude. He's Still waiting for the sunset. But he's over here hanging. Are you from Texas too? Tonight, I will be feasting on spaghetti. Can you see that? Spaghetti. Mountain House. These things are pretty good. Although I do think I ate some macaroni one time that upset my stomach, but that could have just been because I ate 2.5 servings of mac and cheese. But hey, I'm going to do the same thing with spaghetti tonight, and we'll see how things go. Fire update. Shoes still drying out. Insole still drying out. Socks are good. Alright guys, I'm going to cook dinner and eat and maybe read a little bit before I go to sleep and then hit the hay, and I will see you guys in the morning. Spaghetti. Super quiet out here. It's kind of relaxing. These mountain houses get so hot, but I'm so hungry. You probably can't see that, but the breath is real. Fire's kind of dying down a little bit. Let's see if there's any sticks in reaching. That one's kind of moist, but you know, it'll get there. Wonder what kind of critters I'll hear tonight. Last night there were a bunch of coyotes. It's funny because coyotes, you like think it's just a group of dogs, and then they go and make really weird noises, and you're like, okay. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep eating. Found a nice little spot here to heat up some water and cook my breakfast. It's this breakfast skillet, also the Mountain House. This I really like. This I've always really thought was one of their better things. That spaghetti last night wasn't too bad. It was pretty good. I'll probably get the skillet cooking and then start walking and just eat as I walk. I generally don't like to sit and eat breakfast, and especially because it's cold out here and I want to keep my body moving. So yeah, gonna do that and get a move on. I just came upon this really, really beautiful area. It's got a little spring and the river, and the spring flows down like a waterfall into the river. Here, I'll show you. So there's a spring bubbling up right there. And there's also some bubbles coming up in the water down here. I don't know if you can see them, maybe the ripples. And the little waterfall. Walk over to it for you. Isn't that cool? Looks like going down over there too. pool down there. If it was summer, this would be a great little swimming hole. I'm heading back that way. Alright guys, gotta keep moving. Well, I've come to the big crossing of the little Missouri River. The trail goes over there and crosses, but it gets really deep. So I'm gonna come over here where it's not so deep and go do, and then cross over here. That way I'm not getting completely soaked. But might as well get started. Wishing me luck. That was cold, super cold. I'm very happy I wore my water shoes, and I'm very happy I brought a tiny towel to dry my feet. Man, I have to do this in the summer sometime. Well, not too bad though. I never got past my knees, so it was good and shallow. Apparently just a couple days ago, I had spoken to some hikers come through that they were waist deep in here going across. I can only imagine. But I've been tracking the water pretty well and knew that it would drop down by today, so yay for me. So for a lot of river crossings, I usually don't even take my shoes off. I leave them on and I just walk through. They're pretty high, so most of them water doesn't even get inside. And if water does get inside my shoes, it doesn't really bother me that much. It warms up pretty quick, and then after a couple hours it's usually pretty absorbed or pretty evaporated anyway. But I did bring a pair of water shoes for some of the crossings on this trip, and I'm glad I did right now because my feet are toasty and warm in my dry shoes. I don't know, the ones I got, these ones, they're not the lightest water shoes ever. They're just from Walmart. They cost like $4 or $5, but in the future I might look into getting some what are they called, Crocs, because I hear they're pretty lightweight and work really well for this kind of thing. Let me know what you think. I don't know, do you use them? There's a fridge here. You know, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos coming up to this hike, and a lot of people have taken pictures by this and talked about it. And I guess it washed here during the flash flood or something 10 years ago, but it's become kind of a landmark on the trail. But kind of funny. Hopefully one day Park Services or something is able to drag it out of here, but for now it is maybe supplying some shelter to some squirrels or raccoons or something. Another absolutely gorgeous valley here. Man, I'm definitely going to come back to this trail to hit up some of these areas to camp in. Well, I just did another water crossing. This one was a bit deeper but shorter. It went up to my knees this time. I think this is where the hikers I had spoken to yesterday said it was up to their waists. So I'm happy the water level has dropped since then. It's sunny here, so I'm letting my feet dry a little bit before I put my socks back on. And then it's back to booking up the trail. Well, it looks like there's no getting past this one. I'm about to get real wet. I'm just trying to figure out the best way across. Over here looks the most shallow. It definitely dips down real deep over here. So I think over here might be the best path. All right, well, actually that didn't end up being too bad. I kind of went a little bit further down and found a much more shallow area. It didn't go past my knees, so that wasn't too bad. Pretty easy little water crossing there. I had run into some people earlier up in the trail just getting started, and they said there was one down here that was really deep that I was definitely gonna get wet. I was thinking that was probably this one. I mean, there could be another one, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, got through this one unscathed. Hey guys, well, sorry I didn't get any more videos in for the hike. Didn't miss too much. It was mostly just a winding, flat path for the rest of it. My goal that day was to get 15 miles done, and by the time I got there, I only had maybe 5 miles left, so I decided to just finish it up that day. I did have to hike for maybe about an hour after the sun had gone down, but that wasn't too bad. I had my headlamp and everything on me, and it was kind of a different perspective of the trail and kind of a nice way to finish it up. And then I finished that night, so works out, you know. Very sore. I really pushed myself that last day. I ended up doing 21.7 miles. But I think that might be my record for the longest I've hiked in one day. Before it was like 17 miles or something like that. But yeah, it was a beautiful trail, really great time, and I'm excited to start planning the next one. I think it's gonna be in Colorado. I've been talking to some friends, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do some videos of that one too. Bye guys, thank you.